Hello, welcome back to See or Not to See.
We are going to review a brand new musical starring.
Kristin Chenoweth.
Woo!
We're going to talk about the Queen of Versailles. Stick around for all the way through our review to see what we think.
So, what is the Queen of Versailles Broadway musical?
Well, it's based on a 2012 documentary about Jackie and David Siegel, a real couple building a massive mansion in Florida.
Facing economic realities, etc., they're building the biggest residence supposedly,
Yes, they're trying
based
to
on the Palace
Versailles
of
Palace.
Versailles
Yes.
in France.
So the previews began on October 8th, 2025.
And we saw it this past weekend, which is the first weekend preview.
Mm-hmm.
And it has wicked connections, like we mentioned. It's starring
Chenoweth.
Kristin Chenoweth,
And then music and lyrics are by Stephen
Steven
Schwartz.
Schwartz, who wrote the music for Wicked,
Godspell.
Pippin, etc. And a book by Lindsay Ferrantino. And directed by
Michael Arden, who is fresh off his Tony win for Best Direction of a Musical, which was
Maybe Happy Ending.
Maybe Happy Ending. Oh, sorry.
Exciting. So it's based on a documentary about Jackie Siegel.
Mostly, it's Jackie is the main character.
Yes. So it's a true to life story. And she's still alive.
Let's talk about those cast and characters. Obviously, Jackie Siegel is played by none other than Kristin Chenoweth.
And the husband, David A. Siegel, is played by F. Murray Abraham, who is also known from Mythic Quest and other shows. And he did Broadway when he was younger too.
Sophia Flores
is played by Melody Butillo, who is of Filipino descent.
Which we also saw her in
Here Lies Love.
Yes.
I got her autograph.
John is played by Stephen DeRosa,
who is the father of Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
And Gary is played by Greg Hildreth, who is they said he was the son, right?
Yes.
And then started working for his dad.
Yes. Jonquil Pede is played by Tatum Grace Hopkins. She's an adopted cousin.
Oh, right.
Yeah, an adopted niece.
And Debbie, who's the mother of Jackie, is played by Isabel Keating.
We have Victoria Siegel, who is Kristin's character's daughter.
The first daughter. And eventually she had 7 other biological kids with
and plenty of dogs.
It's played by Nina White.
All right, it's time to talk about the music and
because
style.
It's a musical.
You think? The score is highly melodic with strong show musical traditions.
Schwartz uses plot advancing songs, power ballads, and I want songs.
You gotta have an I want song.
There's a blend of spectacle character moments like
lavish over the top imagery, costumes, interspersed with more sincere emotional numbers. You get the footage. It's another play that uses onstage footage and cameras to show like you're watching the documentary
this is
being
supposed
filmed.
to be huge, the largest LCD screen.
The largest television
Which
screen,
helps because we were seated all the way the very last row at the balcony.
The seat behind us was the wall.
Some songs are comedic or satirical or even snarky, especially early in the show. And later,
as the story develops, you get emotions.
Yeah.
So the influences or comparisons that people repeatedly note is parts of it feel reminiscent of the idea of Wicked. And I think that is because you're learning the human side of a negatively viewed character. So you're gonna have that well, we don't fully trust this person because
Kind of like Elphaba's story
yes,
a bit. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, overall the music was good, right? Did you like
Hmm.
the music?
Yeah, the music was great.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was
There are a couple
fun.
of standouts for me. Life, a small house with a big heart,
Oh yes.
and that Caviar Dreams. We don't know the title yet. They haven't released the soundtrack.
I think it was called
What
Champagne
songs?
Wishes and Caviar Dreams.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is
So
what
what
did
do
you
you
think
think?
of the show?
I want to hear your opinion
You
first.
want to hear my opinion
Yeah.
first? So I don't think it's gonna last beyond Chenoweth being in it. Chenoweth is definitely
Yeah,
a
she's
big,
perfect for the part. Yeah.
very perfect. I imagine most of the show was written with her in mind. If she wasn't part of the producing team of being like, hey, what can we do? What's the story that we can make?
Kind of like Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I could definitely see that being a thing. You do get more developed into the other characters, and there's things that you learn that like they aren't the best of people. So that's a very interesting thing to come in it. It's like a Dear Evan Hansen kind of a thing where your
Right.
lead character is not the best judge of morale
Right.
and all
Right.
that. So
I think she was blinded, have
very
from
ambitious.
immigrant
Yeah.
parents who were what a low average
Under
family, average
right under middle class.
middle
Yeah.
class, a low middle class family of of immigrant parents,
Hmm.
right?
So
They have this notion of the American dream. There were parts where in the show she mentions, only in
yep,
America,
and you take the opportunities that you can get and work with what you have, and that's how you end
right?
up where some people end up.
So that was her goal in life, is to to become rich. And then when she saw France, the
Hmm.
Palace of Versailles in particular, she fell in love,
Hmm.
and that was her ultimate dream, is to have a palace just as big,
Yeah.
probably not the biggest, right?
So I think it was
In
a
Orlando,
I think it
Florida.
was a good show.
Right. Story wise
Story
too.
wise,
It's
good.
based on a true story.
Yeah.
Um, it's very entertaining considering we really have a seat that's all the way in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're seated in the theater affects your enjoyment
Oh
of the
yeah.
show. Like we had probably one of the worst seats, although it's not partial view though.
No.
Yeah, but it's so far you barely can see the face.
Yeah.
If you didn't know what Kristin Chenoweth looked like, you wouldn't know it's her. Good thing they had those TV shows to show some of the
Yeah.
expressions in parts of the show.
And
Um,
she's a petite thing to start off with.
but it's
But she
amazing.
fills the
But
stage.
her
Her
presence
energy
was
and her
so worth it.
presence
It's the
is yeah.
first time I've seen her. Seen her live apart from the
Hmm.
TV and movies. Yeah, amazing. Her star quality is fantastic. She definitely carried the show. In terms of were there any parts that you got bored or didn't didn't if we're nitpicking, it's a review after all, right?
I know we're in preview, so there are going to be things that are going to change. I do think her ending number could have been a little bit stronger. We should have had that Sunset Boulevard. Everyone stands up and like you can hear a pin drop and then everyone stands up and applauses.
You mean like the Operation Mincemeat song, a big splashy ending?
Yes. Well, yeah. I don't want to spoil anything that happens in the show, but
Right,
the entire show's themes are grandeur and wanting more and more and more and it never being enough.
right.
So
So there's moral lessons too, with the show, which is good. Especially if you are an immigrant, or even just living life and trying to live the American dream,
yeah.
trying to live as comfortably and aim for as much luxury as you can afford. Yeah, it's very interesting. I like the story. I mean, I'd never heard of the documentary. Have you?
I had
Till
definitely
this
heard
show, yeah.
about Versailles before and the
Right.
documentary. I hadn't watched it, but I knew the concept of it and what was going to generally happen.
What about the characters though? So I like the contrast between there's a maid who's of Filipino descent. Yay,
Yep.
Filipino representation.
That was one of the strongest
Melody.
parts.
I mean, she was featured enough, but it's in contrast with her, in contrast with Jackie
You're seeing people who are actually working for what they are
working for
and like pushing and pushing and pushing, and
Who
there's no
serve-
way to climb a ladder there.
Yeah, but first I explain Melody is the nanny who took care all of her children while her children were growing up far from her back in the Philippines. 20 plus something years, right?
And then she ended up living in the kids' playhouse. Like it was her own little apartment.
Right.
Which says a
Which
whole
is
lot.
true. I mean, I
Yeah.
Googled that, so.
Yep. Would you
Anything
recommend
else, though?
going to see the show?
Oh, yeah. Who do you think the show is for, though?
I would say it's a slightly more mature audience. I wouldn't think this is a
There
big...
were teenagers. There were a lot of
Yeah,
teenagers too. Further.
The parts that happen in the show that are a little bit darker and a little bit more like realistically
Well,
human.
definitely not kids. Maybe slightly older kids.
Yeah,
I've seen like
teenagers
a
and up,
preteen
probably. Yeah.
on the way out. I saw a preteen like Googling, "Oh, who's Jackie?" and she was like mentioning all these facts reading on the internet.
If you're into documentaries and like
if you're into true to life stories, rags to riches stories,
or reverse riches to
or
rags.
reverse, go see the show. If you've never seen Kristin live, this is one of your chance. She is amazing and phenomenal. Even the cast was good. The husband was good as well.
Everyone was great.
Right.
All right.
That is the Queen of Versailles, and my name is Rod.
And this is Fynn. Subscribe, share, comment, like. What should we see next?
Just a little note, though. I know you must be confused what our channel is all about. We simply are vlogging for the things that we do, and we've been busy with
selling your photographs.
And he just launched his fourth book. We will post a link there. It's called
Howling with the Moons.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
Would you quickly want to give a plot or the
So Howling with the Moons is these two 20-something-year-olds. It's from one of their perspectives, and he is fully in love with Eddie Moon, and he's finding his place in Eddie's family and trying to figure out love, loss, yearning, adulthood, and where they fit into the world, all that fun stuff. And there's a bit of a supernatural element to it, so if you like
go check it out. Spooky. It's so much fun. Howling with the Moons, it's on Amazon. So again, this is goodbye for now. My name is Rod.
Farewell. My name is Fynn. Goodbye.
We are Sange Media. See you later. Ha ha ha.